I got my car moved out of the way. I got a cherry picker here. And we're going to get a couple more of those last 2 bolts out. I'm going to be pulling this engine out of here today. And then we're going to do a cleanup on some parts for this today too, so they're ready to go. And get those all out of here. And next week I'm going to go pick up the gas tank, the new gas tank, and get that in there. We're going to have to color match the paint to the old gas tank the best we can. So we'll shine her up in a spot and let's rock and roll. And tires, that reminds me, got to put this camera down right now and I'm going to go order the tires for this car. Okay, let's go order them right now. Okay. Oh, I think that's it. All right, 1 engine out. Yeah, there she be. She's out of there. God, look at the splines on this thing. Massive. Don't hear any noise there. Good. Good. Good, good, good. Well, okay. I'm going to wheel this somewhere. Probably over there. Put a board over it because I'm taking it, you know, gotta take it out of here and swap a few parts out, but I don't want to get it wet. They're calling for rain starting. It's already clouding over. They say it's going to start tonight, Thursday night. The rain's coming. You can see Sean's down there. He's got the GTO all ready to rock and roll. We're pulling that in the shop, getting ready to start painting here in a few hours. So yeah, see what else I need to do here. I'm actually surprised. That is very clean inside there. Obviously it's been a part of once in its life, but hey, that's clean. I don't know how good it's going to go back together, but I guess we'll figure it out. Okay, we're gonna bag and tag our bolts and finish tagging our wires up, clean a few things up there. And if you can hear in the background, I got my own model layout. Imagine that. That is what this, I should say, this is what this was. Now you might be thinking, why did they bring this out? Well, I brought this out because in the winter I do not store it out here. And that's it. Winter's on the way, the wetness is coming, so she is going... Oh, I see a fuel leak. Better shut this bad boy off. A little bit of a drip. Anyway, so she's going in the bar for the winter. Okay, I'm going to shut this off. Fix it. I just see a small little drip. Let's take a look where it was. I just saw it. I don't see anything pooling up. Where did it go? I could have swore. It's this right there, the hose clamp. Okay, let's get it screwed up. Alright, that's fixed. It's a little loose. It actually wasn't coming from the front one, it's coming from the rear one. It was running down, but there we go. So I'm going to put it away for the winter and do my air cleaners, which I got to thank you guys out there for helping me out with those. So getting those done, but yeah, we're going to put it away for the winter. Those that haven't seen it before, it's a Henry Ford 31 chopped 3 inches, sitting on an original Henry Ford 32 frame. 327, 40 over, comp cam, all the goodies. Turbo 350 tranny, 57 Chevy rear end, Posi 411 gears, 44 juice brakes, thin Buick drums. What else can I tell you? F1 steering box, chrome reverse wheels, obviously, bias-ply tires. I cut down a 51 Ford car dash into 3 pieces and made it fit, put it in there. So if you go back and watch the videos, you'll see how it was all done. 48 Chevy taillights, you know, all sorts of neat stuff done to it. So anyway, obviously the drop axle, old school, kept with the old Hearst mount, and it's a Hearst mount, it's not a repop from Speedway, none of that, it's original. So yeah, there we go. I put a 32 Ford firewall in it, I put a 32 Ford firewall and a 32 Ford cowl vent in it, did that. So it goes for the winter. It goes right in here. Now when we built the bar, I made sure that when we built it, that I kept the bar far enough over that my car goes right snug in here in this corner, and it leaves 3 feet of room to still walk around. So it just means that beer 30s are cut down from 16 to 18 people to like 10 to 12 people. But that's all right, because we don't do much in the winter for drinking anyway. So, not interested in the winter. Even now I'm not interested. God, the only time I even touch alcohol is usually on a Friday or a Saturday. And even then I basically don't. I just slowing right down on it because it's saving me money I can spend on my cars. But look at that. From that to that. Anyway, I'm just letting it warm up. I'm going to pull it in the main shop, blow it down with the air before I bring it in here. And there we go. But that does cry out hot rod, doesn't it, people? You don't get much better than that, I don't think. Okay, let's see how Sean's doing here. And we had another vehicle dropped off today, 77 Ford. There's the hood, there's the cab. I got the fenders, the doors are on it. All of this. Gentleman's been working on it. He dropped it off. We're just going to roughly go over it, and we're going to be painting it Wimbledon white. So that's a good thing. Very excited to do that for him. So let's check on Sean and see what's up. All right. Okay, he's got some doors masked, chunk lid masked. Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, he's doing good. He's on a roll. Okay. All right. Don't forget, I was thinking, don't forget, we got to paint them arms that are sticking up.
I might do that later.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, good enough. So, yeah, tonight we'll get all the trunk area done, and we'll get the jambs here done. Then basically next week it's do the satin black, put the doors on it, put the trunk lid back on it, the hood will stay off. We got to do the underside of the hood satin black, and that car's off to the paint booth. So if it's not at the paint booth next week, it'll be there the week after, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna get back in here. I'm working on that car, and I'm also just gonna quickly wipe mine off, or blow it off I should say, so I can put it away in the bar. Got her in the shop here real quick. We'll get that dealt with. Okay, we'll check out how Sean's making out in here. Oh yeah, there we go. Real good. Look at that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Hey everybody.
Yeah.
Heard in about the static on the radio, eh?
Oh God.
What you do with a new radio?
Oh, here we go. I'm out of here. I'm out. He's wanting radios. There's the 36 Ford fenders. That's the one he's got to knock down. That new truck cab, like we said. Yeah. I got to get this hood put away now because the rain's coming. It's all good. Bring this in. We don't want that getting wet. I gotta hang up some of my own parts tonight. I'm gonna paint black. The leaves have blown in the metal room, so I gotta get those all out of here, but whatever. We've still got Friday. We got Friday to do that. Usually Fridays clean up the shop day. Not today. Just working away here today on the Model A, just cleaning things up on it. Okay, well, we'll be back in a bit and we'll show you some more. Okay guys, getting some jambs painted up on the old GTO. So we'll be back after when it's all done and we'll see how it looks. The painting begins. Yep, it's always nice to get something painted and get it out. You know, I hate to say it, some customers might take offense to it. Love having your cars come in, love working on them, but after they've been here for so long, you just kind of get a little bit tired of them. And you know what? It's not just your cars, it's my own cars. Even my 55 sitting in the corner, that thing's been sitting in there for just under a year in that corner and I've been working on it. And sometimes it's nice just to see that car move out and move something else in, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we'll be back here in a bit and we'll see what else is going on. Okay folks, there you have it. Jambs are painted. Painted, done, ready to go. Perfect. Okay. Let's get out of here. Okay. So we just moved her out of the booth, not the booth, but the body shop base so Sean could do his thing. There we go. There's what went on last night. Looks very nice. jambs done. Doors, which are in the bay where Sean's working. I'm not going to go in there right now because he's got them all covered up in plastic because he's in there working on the 36 fenders. Deck lid, you remember last night I showed it. Yeah, so the next plan is we're going to get it in the shop. Going to pull the hood hinges off, and not today, next week, or Saturday I should say, tomorrow. What am I thinking? Anyway, we're going to spray all this satin black in here. Not the inner fenders or firewall. Customer did not want that done. So we're just going to go down. We're going to do like, this is shiny black, which will get done when the hood's off, but we're going to do all this. This up in here, and we may as well do the top of the dash while the glass is out. And then we're going to do, of course, this should be satin black. We're going to do up and across in here. So that'll look good for the customer. Then you can see the car's in 400. What we're also going to do then is next week we'll put the doors back on. Hood will stay off, doors will go on. Then we'll block it all into 600, which will not take long. Probably spend between the hood and all that, say a couple days. Get her all in 600, and then the following week, if not, maybe even the end of next week, we'll see. The following week, bam, off for paint it goes. And yeah, I'll get all that off there. Don't panic over that. So yeah. Then away we go. Then it will come home. We'll leave it sit for a few days. You got to, and then we'll get our glass guy to get. Well, we don't want to put the glass in. We got to line up a vinyl top on this car, I think, unless the customer's doing it. I better get hold of the customer and find out what's going on there. I don't know if I'm doing the vinyl top or finding somebody, or he's just take care of it. Because honestly, the vinyl top's got to go on really before you put the glass in, because it kind of wraps in here. So you want to do the vinyl top, then you want to do the glass. So I better get out this camera right now and message him and ask him what the plan is, because I haven't lined anybody up for that. And once this car's painted black, I don't want it here. When they're done, especially when they're black, I want them gone within a week or two after I'm done. Because my area where I live is so dusty with farm tractors and equipment going by all the time, and we all know what black looks like when you touch it. So it's got to go. Anyway, so yeah, let's make a call. Okay guys, what I'm working on today a little bit, well, I'm jumping all over the place. I've got a Turbo 350 tranny here. I just hosed it down, washed it off. It was in a vehicle, it was a runner. Now how good it is, I don't know. I know it shifted through the gears. I didn't keep it, but they don't. But anyway, we're going to have my transmission guy come and pick it up and rebuild that. And what we're going to rebuild that for is for this little 256 cylinder. Now this came out of a Nova. I bought up a gentleman that actually knew a friend of mine, so I knew it was a straight up deal. He had this rebuilt a few years back. He figures it's probably got around 40, I think he said 45,000 miles on it, which is not a lot. So we picked that up. I'm just giving it a little rinse off. You can see it's not that dirty. I picked that up, and the plan is that this is my neighbor down the road, their truck. They don't want me to touch anything on the outside of this truck. The plan is, the engine was no good in here, so put that engine in here, a little newer 6, so the Turbo 350, change out the diff, put a different diff in it, so it's open drive line, put disc brakes on the front, rewire the truck, electric wipers, that's it. They're going to take it back just like this, and then they'll do what they want to do. So obviously they got to find a fender for the back, or bang this one out. I asked, do you want me to tackle it? He said no. Obviously we're going to put a new radiator too. So new radiator, new exhaust, that engine, rebuilt transmission, different diff. The diff I pick up, whatever I pick up to go in here, I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. I'll see whatever is out there that's feasible, that's the cheapest route to go. We'll have that diff gone through and at least put all new bearings in it. So we're going to make sure that this thing is mechanically sound, no issues, but it will look like that. And that's how they want it. So hey, I do whatever they want. So as far as the engine goes, as much as, you know, I know it's a good solid engine, there's no problems, I'm still going to put a new thermostat. I'm still going to put a new valve cover gasket. I'm going to put new points, condenser, rotor. Wires I'll probably leave. I'm going to put a water pump. I'm going to put a fuel pump. I'm going to do an oil change on it. That kind of stuff I'm going to do. Spark plugs I'm going to do. The rest of it, that's it. So right now I'm just hosing it off a little bit. Hose it off, take off the few parts I've mentioned, pull all the cap, rotor and all that, leave the plugs in there, pull the thermostat housing, I'm not going to pull the intake manifold or the exhaust manifold. I'm just going to leave it on there, and I'm going to do the old Craigslist rebuild on it. I'm just going to give it a coat of orange paint. Now I won't be doing that today. I'll let it dry up. I'm just hosing it off now, then it can dry over the weekend. Next week I'll give it a coat of orange paint. Nothing fancy. Like I say, Craigslist rebuild, paint the pulleys black, call it a day. Transmission, it'll come back. Buddy always paints them like a silver. It'll come back painted up like a silver. Bolt the engine or bolt the tranny onto there. Away we go. Get some mounts put in there, and there. That's a good start to this truck. All right. So that is what I'm working on with that right now. That, and I dug out a few old shifter boots I've been having lay around here forever. H for Hurst. This is just an old generic one, but I had all these old. Look at this one, already cut, meant to be. You know, I had these laying around. This one's really cool. I'm going to use this on something. Probably my Model A, Hanson. And it says reverse, you know. You can see what it says there. That's cool. Wouldn't change a thing. So I dug those out. They were sitting off to the side, dragged them out, and thought, you know what? Time to hang them on the wall. So, in between dragging those out, cleaning this up, moving the GTO in here, letting it dry up for the weekend. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. Did a little tidy up over here in a bay. I had a bay here that was just full of parts from this 72 Chevy build you haven't seen in a while. We haven't been on that for at least a good 6 weeks. Got to get back on that very soon. Customers in no rush though. There was this junk scattered all over. Like you couldn't even park a car in here anymore. It was 2 feet out from that seat and went all the way in behind this truck. Anyway, cleaned it all up, went through it all, took out what was garbage, what wasn't garbage, stacked it all there neatly for now. I hate still having it here. It normally would be in my shed, but I got so many vehicles apart. You know, I just don't have room right now. So that's going to sit there. At least it opens it up somewhat. You can kind of get a car in here. So that is what's going on this Friday. You're going to see me on Sunday. You're going to see me, whether you want to or not. Well, I guess you don't have to. You just don't watch me. Anyway, we are going to be working on the 55. Now, it's going to be nothing exciting. I got to weld some patches in. Do some repairs. Still do a little more cleaning up and grinding in here. You know, got to clean up and grind all over there on either one. You can see still got some left on. Got some welds to do. Remember, we got to do the corner and that. We're going to try and get all that welded up Sunday. And at the same time, we're going to try and spray this roof. That's right, we're going to try and spray the roof. So, that's my plan for Sunday. But we won't go any further than that because I'm just going to repeat myself on Sunday again and show you what I'm doing. Because there's always someone that misses videos, and I don't know, so many people say to me, oh, why do you do that? I go, I did do that. I did in the last video. You didn't see it. Obviously, you skipped ahead. Or I'll explain it, and I get so many people that write to me all the time, and I say it in every video. I'm radiusing the wheel wells. I'm saying it. And they still write to me in the video after I say it 3 times over. They say, you should radius the wheel wells. I'm like, did you even watch the video? Anyway, it's always a good time and old time. It's Friday. I'm going to take my wife out for dinner in a while. Don't know where I'm going. Maybe Mexican. Maybe Japanese. Maybe Thai. One of those 3. I'll let the wifey decide. Because happy wife, happy life. Right? Okay, catch you later.